Okay, now it's recording. Hello and welcome to In-Ear Fetish. I'm your host, Zeos Pantera. If this exists, it'll be linked to the description. We are here with the Singolo. Singolo. I'm going to call it the Singolo. The Kiwi ears and Crinacle collab IEM with the custom 11mm dynamic and cars. And I'll show you cars in the camera because I could do that now that I'm using the Pocket 2. We can get real close. And got this recently. It's still a pre-order, so I'm actually doing a competent now review. Like, now. It's happening now. This is not like 6 years ago I sent this and I pulled it out of mothballs and it still works. Yay. This is a now, and you have to decide what you're doing with this $80 IM because it's unique. I will give it that. It is fucking unique. It has a pretty large flaw that we'll talk about, which is it doesn't have a lot of low end or impact. But at the same time, it has something that's pretty interesting. It's that this is a Grado headphone. And this could be heaven or this could be hell. So here they are. They're essentially, they say it's a 11mm dynamic plus cars. So I don't know if I've worked with Kiwi ears or anything else that does cars, but you could see it here. There's the, I've actually never seen this before. So here is the dynamic driver inside. It looks like a watch battery. You could see it's right through the thing. And there's the front of the driver that's actually making the sound. And then you just have the tube. Boom, there's the tube. And I've got Duno SS tips. Reason for that, I have a hard time getting a seal. I tried with my render tips, figuring maybe I could bring up the low end with like a really good seal. Didn't, like, it fits, but it doesn't fit on my ears. They're actually slightly larger nozzles too. I tried with the Sednafit X elastics, and it still wasn't like sealing properly. So the Duno SS tips are the tips. But you could see in here, you've got your driver, just open void straight through the tube, and then you got a little tiny tube that comes out the side, comes over here, and I'm trying to see where the hell this goes. It looks like there's a radiator here, like up, down, up, down, up, down, a little weep hole out the back. You've got a radiator that goes up, down, up, down, up, down. And then that goes into the back side of the driver. And then you got another part of the front side of the driver that gets pushed out through, I guess, I don't know where that goes. Honestly, I don't know where it goes. But that's the CARS system, is they're controlling the air. What does CARS stand for? Kiwi Acoustic Resonance System. Controlling, with a K, air radiator system. I would go with that. But, yeah, so that's what they're trying to do. It kind of reminds me of the Magic One, the awful Magic One, which, by the way, is not awful at all, and it's actually fantastic, which uses a single balanced armature and then a giant void and then one of these sort of like tube systems to sort of tune things. And it gives this IM a unique sound signature. It sounds like an open back Grado, but not the Hemps. One of the older Grados, like a old 1000 or a 350. The treble isn't murder, so I guess really it isn't a Grado. If you're put on a headphone and it's like, ow, my ears are bleeding, then it's a Grado. These do something a little bit different because you put them on. Hold on, the wire's doing a thing. See what the wire's doing? It's what single skinny wires do. They get fucking weird. What did it even just do? How did I do that? Can it do that? Is that even impossible? I think I did an impossible like loop. Oh, let's talk about the wire for a second. 3.5mm, full right angle into a single with a twist silver film inside. I'll push away that. I've been testing and everything, even tested on the tube amp. Surprisingly, tube not doing a hell of a lot for them. And since it is a dynamic, which is my favorite thing, usually tubes do a lot. So I'm wondering what's the does it say it here? Does it say it here? What the actual impedance is? Because if it's a lower impedance, it may not. There's so much. I don't read any of these words. There's too many words. All right, I don't care. I care what I hear. I respect the new system. I like that you can get it in black or blue or red all over. Get it? Because you have the reds, Crinacle reds. I don't know if it says impedance. Either way, I didn't find much help on the tube amp. $79 even. You put them on, and It sounds like I'm wearing an IEM, but like my ears are closed. You can just barely hear things through it. But then I put on the Hotel California, Hell Freezes Over, track 6, live revision. And it's so natural and big. And at the beginning of this song is a boom, 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 boom. There's like that real deep resonant bang. And it barely exists. It's not non-existent, which some Grados can be said are non-existent, but it's just not powerful. So I think if you're gonna be interested in these acoustic shit that isn't heavy into bass, you're gonna have a winner. Vocal clarity. It feels like it's just tuned specifically for that range. Like, I got guitar riffs. I've got all the beautiful airy things. It sounds like, when it's playing music, it sounds like an open headphone. When it's playing like heavy bass music, it just sounds weak. But as long as you're okay with that. Hold on, I put on the AI cover of Frank Sinatra doing the Pixies Where Is My Mind. Do you not have AI music in your playlist? Bitch, it's the future. Get some terrible AI covers. I wish I could play this for you on speakers. Actually, I probably can play this because it doesn't exist. Right? You can't copyright AI. That's the thing, that they're like just because a machine made it out of someone else's work and you can't own it, then it's for everybody. And this was made a couple months ago, so I'm sure you could do an AI cover with Frank Sinatra now and make it much better. Where is my mind? Like, it's really like, I saved it from the YouTubes. Find Frank Sinatra, Where Is My Mind AI on YouTube and play it. It's not perfect, but it's like, that shouldn't exist. Yet it does. And I love the way it sounds on these IEMs. They're not my favorites. Like, they're $80. They're a perfect... He knows, Crinacle knows. Crinacle, I picked this one because there's a little face down there, and Crinacle puts his little face here. He knows that if he has enough IEMs at a relatively affordable price point, you can own them all. It's like collecting Pokemon. And I'm trying to do the same thing. I've got a couple, like 50. I got a 50, and I got 100, and I got 170, and then I got like a fucking $1,000 collab. It's like, there's a whole bunch. But I think he's trying to hit every mark. With the reds, it was very, very, very neutral. And I'm like, these are a little bit too lacking in fun. So I put my tips on and made it more fun. These are very, very, very clean sounding. Light is the word. L-I-T-E, not L-I-G-H-T. Fuck that word. These are light. They're legitimately what I think of when I think of Grado headphones, like the big 1,000 pads on there. And they just sort of float, and you play something bassy, and it's not really what they're for. But man, you get that violin going, and it just sort of swoons around you. That's where we're at with this. I've never quite heard a dynamic tuned in this way. They're not super soundstage either. It's a strange sensation of, they sound light and airy, but not far. It's very, very sort of like interpersonal. It's like right medium distance. It's got medium soundstage. It doesn't seem to hurt me no matter what amplifier I throw it on. Throw it on the 500 here. A little bit warmer tonality out of this than the JDS Labs. Throw it on the fucking the pizza oven Burson. I don't remember your model number. I think you're the new soloist or navigator. Whatever, this thing is so hot I can't physically touch it on the sides. It's actually taking quite a lot of power, too. Personal Jesus. See, I want to hear Richard Cheese doing Personal Jesus. I want to hear Frank Sinatra doing Personal Jesus. And I want to hear Michael Jackson doing Personal Jesus. I'm all about this AI music revolution. Mostly because I get to play it on YouTube and no one can say a fucking word. But, yeah, bring the dead back to life, all right? I fuck death. Death is stupid. You come here for an IEM review, you don't expect me to talk about how death is dumb. Death is dumb. Fuck that shit. Get out of here. Live forever via AI. Someone who cares. But like there's a bass line in this, it's just missing. I wanted to just have, if these had like, and it's not like 1% more bass, it's like 18% more bass, they'd be fucking perfect. That's why I wanted to get the render tips on there to see if I could just like capture some more of it. But even when I got them like forced into my ears and was holding them, it just wasn't there. There needs to be a second tuning of another Crinacle. Do these again. Somehow tune more bass into them or get. I wonder if it's a car system actually, because there's so many vents and tubes and it's doing a resonant. I understand what it's trying to do by controlling the driver, by letting the air go in and out. These with some more bass would be fucking phenomenal. If you buy them, you're not going to be upset. I'm not upset. I don't think they're an all-arounder. Like, I think if you bought them, this is the only IEM, well, you're going to have lacking low-end forever. The tips, by the way, it comes with are basic silicone, black or clear. I always switch through the ones I know fit my head and work. That's about the only accessory you're getting with this. I'm jamming to music, listening to John Williams. I wonder, I have an idea. I haven't done it. I don't. Where do I have it? Do I have it in here? I haven't done this in a while. Squad Realistic War Sounds. When I get a bass light headphone that's very good at treble, wallpapers that are upcoming, maybe. I think gaming. And actually, wasn't it the Kiwi Ears Orchestra Light? Was that Kiwi Ears? That was like my go-to gaming IEM. Because you don't need a lot of low end if you're playing very strategic action game that you just want to hear footsteps. These might be perfect for this. Get into the middle of the action. Hold on. Well, there you go. Buy these if you want to play Call of Duty in IEMs. Because they're poppy and sharp and fast. But when the explosion goes off, it doesn't go brrr. It just goes pop. It's done. All right, you know what? If that's what Crinacle was going for, he nailed it. He nailed this like light, airy light. That's it. Light, airy. It's like whipped cream, but not that like heavy whipped cream. It's like it blows away in the wind. I don't hate them. Love a second tuning. Just I want more bass out of them, which is always what I want, and that's fine because that means my IEMs usually have, or headphone collabs, keep an eye out for the Eris, always have more bass. And not just like dirty skank fucking Honda Civic trunk bass. I'm talking about like, I have 4 HSU subwoofers hidden somewhere in the room. Can you find them? Bass. So yeah, that's the Singolo. I think gaming, I think anything acoustic, I think anything strictly vocals, male or female. Male might be lacking a little bit of that like warmth in the low end, but fuck it. If you're just going for vocals, I think it's going to be perfect. Anyway, Wallpaper and the Wallpaper Horde. Support this channel on Patreon and Subscribestar. Get to see reviews early. If you pay for $5, get to see IEM reviews early for free because they're just on there for free. So go check out the links and you might find a cluster of like 5 or 2 or 1 or none. I usually try to send all my IEM reviews in clusters, and then those are free posts. So check them out. And don't forget to check out my free Patreon chat. No, I'm sorry, free Telegram chat. I have a $10 Patreon chat that I actually pay attention to. But if you're interested in the free Z Reviews public chat, they don't talk about audio much, but it's a fun place. And a Discord and the hi-fi guides and everything else. So anyway, Wallpaper Horde. Link to all the amps I'm testing with in the description. And again, I'll try to find this mouse pad. I wonder if I did a collab with Kiwi Ears, what we would get up to. What would we get up to